Hi, Prani. Hey, sis. Hey, Fia. How are you, sis? Y'all come on in. Hey, Lily. How are you? Y'all come on in, come on in, coming in. You know the routine. Share the video. Please share the live. I'm good, Prani. How have you been? I'm just making it happen. Hi, Eric. Just making it happen, sis. Keeping it moving. Keeping my eyes on the mission. Come through consistency. Yes, listen. You got to be consistent on the mission, okay? Hey, Asha. Good to see you, sis. Thank you for tuning in tonight. That's good, Prani. I see, I follow you on social media, so I see your posts and stuff. I see you got your clothing line and everything. I'm really proud of you, sis. I hear you doing your thing, too. Or I see you doing your thing. Hi, Mr. Nelson. Welcome into the live. You all share this video, okay? We got some things to talk about tonight, okay? A lot to talk about. So we're going to give it a few more minutes. Hey, Dawu. Thank you for tuning in, family. Hey, Jody. Hey, Cree. How are you? You've been all over the world, sir, and back, okay? I think it's great that you get to travel that way, though. That's totally awesome, like, that you are able to see the world, So it makes what you do worth it. So I commend you on that. You feeling the frames, Lily? Thank you. I figured I would make these my signature. Listen, I've been, the informed consumer lately. So, back the old me, I would see something I want and I would just buy it, Lately, I've been kind of pining over my decisions to spend money on things. And so it took me a while to decide to purchase these. Hey, Leah. Oh, yes, you're going to Greece? That's what's up, Jody. But it took me a while to pick these, and I finally got them. I had to order them online. I finally got them. I have another pair coming, too, but those are, they won't be in until February. They were like a special order. Hey, Toya. Hey, baby girl. The other ones that are coming are a special order. I can't wait to wear those because you all are not going to. Some of y'all may not understand them, but your mothers will, okay? But they're going to be great. Create a logo from the look. I definitely should. I was just looking at some people who do like cartoon caricatures, of your face and things like that I could use for some of my digital branding. So I may just do that, Dawu. That's a great idea. But you all come on. Hey, Tiff. Hey, sis. Wet ENT, straight out of Savannah, Georgia. Shouting out my baby girls down there, holding it down in the promo world. Ladarius Watts. Okay, I will definitely check him out, Dawu. I will look him up when we get off this live tonight. Larry. Hey, Larry. Good to see you, brother. Okay, you performing in June in Capitol Heights. All right, so you'll be back home. So we'll have to have you back on the show. And it's going to be, it'll be a great show once I announce our changes. We've got more changes, okay? Can you believe it? But listen, hey, everything's a good thing. Hey, Shauna. How are you, sis? Good to see you. Hey, Jay. Hey, Lady Jay. Thank you for tuning in, y'all. Just keep coming in, keep coming in, keep coming in. Keep hitting those like buttons and those love buttons so we can spread the word tonight, okay? We can get this party started. You all see I'm at a little bit of a different angle. I'm excited. I don't quite have everything set up, but I do have my video light. You can't see it. You can probably see the reflection in my glasses, but I've got my video light. I finally got my video capture card device. So we are going to be doing some interesting things with this once we get a few more things set up. But you all keep coming on in. How's everybody tonight? I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful Monday, wonderful start to the top of your week. Yes, we are praying for Jolie's safe return. Yes, we definitely are. That is just a very mysterious story with that young lady. And it gets me so angry sometimes when I watch, thank you, Leah. It gets me frustrated sometimes when I watch the news and they say things like, nothing. Well, the police said that there basically was nothing they could do because there was no evidence that she had actually been kidnapped. And so that frustrates me because obviously something is wrong. I mean, this young woman's mother was on the news, like bawling her eyes out. You could see the pain in her eyes. You could see the concern. And so clearly, you know, her daughter and being missing is out of character for her. So, we definitely are sending prayers up for that young lady. Like, please, I pray that they find her. Okay. Yeah, so, and the news, you know, the media, they have to be a little biased, you know, with things. You have to be unbiased, rather. I'm sorry. In the media, I know this because I was a communications major in school, and so they train you, you know, to, you know, you're not really supposed to express an opinion left or right when you are a media representative, and so they have to say what's reported. But it's just unfortunate what's going on. You need a lot of advice. It's a must we keep. Oh, is that, what are you saying, Fia? Your comment got cut off, Fia. But I think I know where you're going with it. So my phone number is in your inbox, sis. If I remember, I will shoot it to you again when we get off the live tonight, okay? But everybody come on in, please. Welcome to the Hive. It is Monday night. We've got a lot to talk about tonight. A lot of changes that are happening, well, have already happened. And so, as always, I'm just excited to be before you. It's another Monday night, and to talk with you all about some things happening in our nation, and just, you know, kind of kick the willy with you, you know. So, hey, Toya. Great to see you, Natoya Joshua. Hi, Katie Harris. Hi, family. It's great to see everybody. I got me a little cocktail, and yes, I do have on, I can't, okay, so y'all can't see this yet. Y'all can't see what's down here yet, until I get to that part. But, come on in, share the video. We are about to get started. What time is it? It is 8:13. I was going to small talk with you a little bit until about 8:15, just to get people logged on. Thank you so much, Natoya. I'm happy that you are here. Like, absolutely. Do you mean here to view the live, or here to just hear, you know, alive in the land of the living? Because I know that could go both ways. You know, I'm happy to be alive too. I'm trying to tell you, I swear, y'all, I'm still riding the wave of the new year, you know, because it is definitely a special time. And I know it's my time. And I was just talking to somebody about that the other day, but I'm going to share those thoughts until we get to them in the order of our programming tonight. We're going to be talking a little bit about what it really means when it's your time. Okay. Because we throw that around a lot, and, you know, everybody's like, it's my time. But, you know, there's a little bit of a deeper, meaning and level, you know, a few levels to that. There's levels to this. Okay. Thank you, Leah. Thank you so much, sis. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you, and I'm proud of you as well, you know. I told you it was coming one day. I told you. I definitely told you, right? You just got to bide your time sometimes. But so normally, okay, here's how we're going to do this. First off, I'm just going to give you the scoop. Okay, let me adjust my glasses. So here's the tea with Honey Boss Radio. I, as the CEO of Honey Boss Media and Entertainment, made another executive decision. Y'all know I love the executive decisions, okay? And so I made another executive decision to take this show on the road. And what I mean when I say that is I decided to take Honey Boss independent. So I decided to take it off of you know, Rise 95's platform, and we are now going to be operating independently, okay? No bad vibes at all. Nothing bad to say about Rise 95. I'm sure those of you who watch the show on their website, you know, there's always, nothing's ever going to be perfect, but I don't have anything bad to say about them, and they actually are going to remain one of our studio partners. And so you probably will see Honey Boss working out of their studio in the future at some point. But for right now, we are going independent, okay, completely. And that means we've got some adjustments that we've got to make. And so in the meantime, while we are making these adjustments and getting our platform set up, you will see us broadcasting here on Facebook Live every every Monday. Our new time, okay, so I want you to write this down, put it in on your calendar, whatever you have to do so you remember, is our new time is now going to be 8 to 10 p.m. every Monday, okay? And most of the time you will probably see the broadcast here out of my home office studio. We might, again, like I said, you might see us, around in the city, just depending on what's going on. I have this huge vision that just came to me over the last week, and actually, let me back up a little bit. I received the vision when I first started this, but I did not think that its manifestation would be so soon, or that I would begin to really work towards it so soon. But some things have happened, and so it has caused me to, again, like I said, make another executive decision and have to do what we got to do, okay? And I feel as the owner and the face and the spokesperson for this, that it is better if we control the output of our product and our brand. And so from now on, we will be doing that. So you will see us here 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern time every Monday night. We will keep, listen, Monday nights, I own Monday nights, period, okay? I don't care about your love and hip hop or whatever else is going on. Make sure you DVR it, okay? I mean, you could always come back and watch the live too, but I mean, what's the point in, watching a live after it already happened? You miss all the real-time action, But every Monday night, 8 to 10, we will be up Eastern Standard Time. In the meantime, we will be right here on Facebook in the future. 2-3 weeks down the line, I'm hoping no longer than about 3 weeks down the line, we will be broadcasting from YouTube, okay? So we've got our YouTube channel set up. If anybody, there's no videos on it yet, but if you all want to just get a jump start, you can look us up, the Honey Boss channel on YouTube, and go on over there and subscribe ahead of time. If you would like to, it is Honey Boss Radio on YouTube, okay? And you can get a jump start so that when we do start broadcasting from that platform, you will be able to watch us. We will continue to broadcast on Facebook Live as well, but it will come via the YouTube platform, okay? So we're taking control of this thing here. We are really, I wanted to do it tonight, the live broadcast, because the YouTube platform is really dynamic. You know what I mean? There's so many different things that you can do if you understand video production and graphics processing and all that other kind of stuff, and how to project images and split screens and things. So I'm learning a lot, but they really have a lot of options, that can really make your video great. And so you may see us live on YouTube, you may see us pre-recorded on YouTube. There's a lot of different options, but we are taking this show on the road until we get to the end goal, which is happening a lot faster, as I said, than I anticipated. The changes that are coming at the end of 2018, top of 2019, I did not anticipate happening until like 2020, okay? And so it's happening very, very swiftly. And we got to keep up. So that's right, Tiff. It's leveling up, okay? We got to, you have to protect your brand and your things, and you have to, if you are charged as the leader of the mission, you got to continue to do what you got to do. So with all of that said, now that we got the tea out of the way, welcome to the Hive. It's that Monday vibe, okay? And I'm super excited, as I said earlier, to be before you all. And so first up on the list, now there won't be any music tonight, of course. Once we get on the new platform and get everything set up, we will be working the music piece into things. So we still are a radio show. We are still a talk radio show. We still very much support the arts and music in particular. And so that's not going to be gone away for long. Just bear with us a little bit. And once we get all the inner workings done, this is going to be really great. In the meantime, though, DJs, if you want to send your mixes in, you can send them in to honeybossradio@gmail.com. Okay, so if you know a DJ, you are a DJ. We are going to be working things a little bit differently. E-Boogie is still a part of the team, okay? But until we get things, top-notch and ready to rock and roll, DJs, please feel free to send in your mixes, okay? Because there's a lot we can do with that once we hit the YouTube platform. First up on the list, small talk, big issues, okay? So when we're in the studio, this is our programming. We do small talk, big issues is one of the segments we do, okay? And that's usually the first segment. we kind of breeze through a few popular topics that are in the news. So first and foremost, of course, is the government shutdown. So I don't know how many government employees we have watching tonight, but how many of you are happy that they have come to some sort of conclusion, at least until February 8th, I believe it is. They're coming back to the table. How many of you are happy by show of likes, loves, hearts, what have you? Who's excited? Any government workers on the live tonight? And crickets. I guess not. So has anybody been following the government shutdown? Does anybody care who's on tonight? Because you do understand that it does affect, you know, us as a whole, as a nation. Okay, so some of you have been following. Okay, I'm seeing the likes go up. Well, they came to a decision today. They have not come to a full agreement on the DACA Act. Okay, that is concerning for me. And it really is kind of heart-wrenching and heartbreaking, and I really pray that they do come to some sort of agreement so that, you know, people who were born here and have been here for a long, long time and have contributed and paid their taxes are able to stay. I think it's fair. Yes, Tiffany, sad face and tears, because I think it's just ridiculous. You know, you contribute. It's almost like, you know, you live in a city for a long time and you're affluential, and then you take a dive and then you need help from your city and they won't give it to you. I've been in that place before. So it's sort of like that, you know, like, gosh, I, you know, lived here. I supported the economy in this city. You know, I paid my taxes here, and, you know, there's nothing you can do for me. That makes no sense, you know. But one thing I definitely will say is, you know, and I always have something to lend, you know, about Donald Trump whenever I get on air. And, you know, I don't like him. He's an asshole, you know, class A. You know what I'm saying? I don't think anybody has any argument against that. But I do like some of the things that he's doing with the economy. I don't like his, you know, provoking the racial divide. You know, I definitely don't like that at all. But he is doing some good things, you know, money wise. And so I gotta give it to him, you know, because we've been in a bad place, you know, economy wise. Hi, Kimberly. Hi, Kenneth. Hi, Toya Jackson. Hey, sis. I'm glad you're watching tonight. Hey, Karen. So, government shutdown is temporarily over. So, I guess y'all going on back to work tomorrow. I was supposed to attend a conference at Fort Belvoir over the next 2 days. And it's crazy because they canceled it at like 6 o'clock this morning and then turned around and they reopened the government. So, we won't be doing that conference tomorrow. I was actually looking a little forward because I was going to be doing some speaking in front of some very high government and military officials. So I was looking forward to it. But, you know, God does everything perfectly. So we just going to have to wait for the rescheduled date for that opportunity. Next up on the list is the Women's March. Okay, so if you all remember, the Women's March, Million Women's March, I think is what it was called, started back a couple years ago around inauguration. Or was it last year? It was last year. It started around inaugural day. And they have been, I guess, you know, they did another march over the past weekend. I did not personally attend, but I did listen to some of the speech from the president of Planned Parenthood. Okay, so this is what's funny. Here's the funny thing. I have a point to this. Okay, so I'm watching the news, and you know how you're just kind of, you know, you're watching and you're listening and you're doing other things at the same time. So I was doing something else at the same time, kind of, you know, back and forth to the television. And so I hear this woman and she's like, white women. And I'm like, what? She's doing a battle cry. Like, what's going on? Let me go see what's going on the television, because this lady's doing a battle cry, okay, to white women. Let me see what's up with this. And so I go and I get in front of the TV. And I hear her say, okay, while I'm watching, and I'm watching her mouth. So this is what she says. She says, white women, we have to do better. She said it is not up to women of color to, and this is not verbatim, okay, but you can probably look it up or find it somewhere on YouTube or on the internet, her, you know, the portion of her speech that was broadcast on the news. So she said, white women, this I'm paraphrasing, we have to do better. It is not up to women of color to basically heal or save our nation. It is up to all of us, right? So initially, I mean, panties in a bunch, honey. I was in a tizzy, like all over top. Like, what's she mean? You know, what is she talking about? It's not up to women of color. Like, huh? So I had to rewind it because I have DVRs. So I had to rewind it and watch it a couple of times. Hey, Kimmy. Hey, Dawn. Great to see you in here, family. Hi, Brenda. So I had to watch it again a couple of times, you know, because you have to make sure you got the right perspective before you get ready to jump down somebody's throat, because it was getting ready to be an on-the-spot live at like 11 o'clock at night. Like, what's she talking about? Did anybody else see that? Did you see it? Did you hear it? So I watched it a few times, and I was going to present, you know, this piece of the Small Talk Big Issues as like a poll, if anyone thought that she might be, you know, was there something racial with that? You know, I wasn't quite understanding initially, but after I watched it a few times, I don't think that she was, I don't think she meant anything. I don't think she meant to be racist about her comment. I think what she just was saying is that a lot of women of color, do you love that? That was a liar. A lot of women of color have been pushing for a lot of different things in the nation. We definitely do a lot of work in our communities. And we have definitely begun to show up a lot more, particularly with the new presidential regime. And so she, you know, did her battle cry to white women saying that, you know, they got to do better and they've got to join the fight. And so I applaud that. And we all really, at the end of the day, it is about love and not hate. You know, racism in any way, shape, or form is hatred. And I don't personally have an issue. Y'all see me sweating. I'm just going to pat. I don't care. It really, at the end of the day, is about love. You know, we are all spiritual beings having a natural experience, and we all have two eyes and a nose and a mouth that we breathe oxygen. If the oxygen supply is cut off to the earth, we all dying, okay? We all out of here. It don't make a difference what color you are, so newsflash. So I like that she did her battle cry, and hopefully, you know, more of our Caucasian counterparts can step up and we can do more work together. Listen, women are on the rise, honey, okay? Don't play with it. Stay with it. Women are on the rise. And I think a lot of people think that because we hit, you know, the millennium and, you know, we've got all this fancy technology and we've had a black president, you know, that we are making strides. We are, you know, we're making strides in, you know, civil rights and human rights and equality, but there's still a very long way to go. There's still a lot of issues with equal pay for equal work. Still a lot of sexual discrimination that women face in the workplace. Okay. And, that's going to segue into something on the blacklist later on too. But we are definitely making strides and stepping up. Listen, Oprah Winfrey and the Oscar, the Lifetime Achievement Award, okay, that kicked off the new year. I'm like, what's next? We got a whole nother 11 and a half months, okay, of greatness. And so I'm just super excited about it. The last thing on the Small Talk Big Issues tonight was Trump's fake news awards. I've just been kind of following different celebrities and their tweets and things like that. I'm finding it quite comical. However, there are, you know, some fake news platforms, okay? Some of the blogs out here that just, you know, will report anything because they want ratings. Keep your comments coming, everybody. Leah, I see something that you just put. I want to make sure I come back to that. But, I just want to say there are a lot of fake news platforms, okay? And even some of these major news platforms that we think are safe to watch, they participate in what is called, you know, predictive programming, you know, sensationalizing things, you know, to stir up fear and cause fear. And so, you know, it makes it hard, you know, because you don't really know who to believe or what to believe. It's almost like you have to wait for things to happen before you can believe that it actually happened, you know, or that is going to happen. And so, I'm not really, you know, he's a joke in a lot of ways. You know, he's an embarrassment in a lot of ways. But one thing I do see that he is doing is he is pulling the cover off of a lot of bullshit. And that's real talk. You know, we never wanted to talk about racism. It was always the thing that we knew existed. You know, it was the invisible white elephant in the room, okay? All the time. But we just wanted to skirt around it and, you know, sweep it under the rug and, you know, only address it, you know, if we absolutely absolutely have to. And so I'm going to get to that at the end, Kenneth. I definitely have a take on the Monique and Netflix situation. So we're going to get to that we're going to cover that under the blacklist towards the end of the broadcast. Yes, you do have to shift through the BS. When you are watching the news, it's particularly on television, what you have to do is you have to take to the internet and you've got to read, okay? Because there are a lot of independent media sources that people don't necessarily want to focus on, or want to believe or don't trust what they might be saying. But these are viable independent media platforms who report the real truth to you, okay? They say the things that other media platforms will not say because they don't want to be, politically incorrect or what have you. So, I will be interested to see. I haven't seen a list drop yet. I think that yes, Toya, reading is fundamental. Okay. You can help the condition of a nation by looking. I'm just going to read some of the comments here because you all are putting up some good comments. Let me just back up here. Okay. So Leah said, I think even us as black colored women need to come together a little more as well. We absolutely do. We absolutely do. And, it sometimes is a little bit of a frustrating topic for me because, we say so much that we support each other and we got love for each other. It's easy to say and, pretend to be one way publicly. However, when it comes down to, actually supporting and, being genuinely excited for your friend and their path in life, and when I say their path, because listen, everybody has their own path. Okay. You have to find your own path. All right. And so I'm emphasizing that for a particular reason because, I don't know, there just be a lot of secret hate, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of secret jealousy, even amongst black women as friends, we see each other on the street, we pass, we don't talk, we don't greet. And it is, it's absolutely awful and terrible. We definitely need to come together a lot more for our communities. I was talking to somebody about, gentrification and how, it saddens me because, we get opportunities to show up at the town meetings. There are meetings that are held in your differing neighborhoods, when they are going to begin to what they call rejuvenate a neighborhood. Whenever you see that word revitalize, is what it is. When you begin to see, news and things like that about your neighborhood being revitalized, that is AKA we can gentrify and move y'all up out of here. Okay. That's what that really means. And so, the opportunities are really there for you to go, and participate in those planning meetings and those zoning meetings and, say what you have to say and let your voice be heard. Like, nah, you're not going to move us all out of here. And if you do build this new expensive condo, community, you need to make sure that more than 10% of, the units in this building are designated to affordable or low income programs. Okay. So some kind of subsidy program, 10% is not enough. You know what I'm saying? And then if you've ever been inside any of these buildings, because a lot of times they'll require it, they'll require a new developer to designate a certain number of the units in their building to affordable housing. Okay. And so 10% just is not enough when you are moving literally 5,000 people out of a neighborhood. 10%, where are the rest of the people going? And if you've ever been inside of any of these buildings, the units that are designated for subsidy look completely different. They don't have wall-to-wall carpet. They got that little fake tile, linoleum, whatever that stuff is on the floors. They don't have the same appliances. It's ridiculous, So, we definitely have a lot to do. I say all that to say and build on what Leah said. We definitely have a lot to do. Hi, Brina. I'm just going to breeze through some of these comments here. Hi, Marlo. Hey, Brina. Hi, Aisha. Thank you, sis. It is terrible how we act as black women, Toya. Like, absolutely. Like, I really don't know. It takes me at a loss for words. You know what I mean? Like, it really does leave me at a loss for words because it should not be that way. But let's see. Yep. Well, that leads me into since we're talking so much about women being on the rise and about, black women coming together, that is segueing into, hi, Joseph Francis. Prawny. Listen, Prani said her Facebook name is Umayende Family. Okay, she said, but everybody is too busy doing something, but always complaining. Listen, I just told Dougie, I know you're watching, okay? I just told Douglas this. Douglas is our resident producer, and he is also our branding manager. And I was just talking to Dougie about that today, about how, we complain about things, but we don't do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, when something happens, we're all appalled, and we jump online, and we got so much to say and talk, opinions flying everywhere. But when it comes time to show up on the front line and get that shit done, we're not there. Okay, we ain't there with it. we don't, most of the people ain't about that life. We leave it up to a very small remnant of people and individuals and organizations to carry us, and it's a heavy load to carry. We need to all come together. That's what community means. Okay, we got to stop being scared is what it is, and come together as a people. Okay. Hi, Winston Sterling. Hi, Nikki. Hi, Sunshine. Hi, Kimberly Muse. Hey, sis. All right. So, now we're going to segue into the next segment that we usually bring up on Honey Boss Radio is the Glamorous Hustle. That is when I, share a little bit about being an entrepreneur and, the trials and tribulations, ups and downs, the celebrations, the good stuff and the not so good stuff. And so, there was a comment back here that I was looking at that was going to lead me right into that. Hi, Baker. Hey, Bake. Good to see you, family. Let's see here. There was a comment that I wanted to make sure. Yes, indeed, Toya. Toya Joshua, I like that comment. Okay, I can't find the comment that I was going to build on. But so now we're going to talk about the Glamorous Hustle, okay? So I gave you a piece of what I've been going through. It really was, as a business owner and a visionary, I say this all the time, you have to make really hard decisions. And so I learned, I'm kind of glad that I started this thing, in media, years and years ago, and then there was a huge pause and God had to work some things in me and I had to do some growing, and now I can just see the growth in myself and how I am able to make decisions that might not be the easiest decision to make, and stick with them and be about my business with it. We are taking this to an independent platform, and that is just that, and failure is not an option. It's definitely the Honey Boss's time, okay, and it's time for a lot of other things. That's what I was going to segue into. Okay, so I got it in my mind now. Let me just make my little mental note because I want to make sure I stay in order, okay? We do everything in what? Decency and in order. But, so on top of me having to make a very hard decision to move Honey Boss Radio to its own platform, I launched another platform, okay? And you all might have seen me posting about it here and there over the past couple of years. It really started as a very small, tiny vision, and then it just grew and exploded into something that I knew it was coming, but again, that acceleration is like, oh no, the time's right now. You wake up one morning like, remember that thing you was waiting on? Well, it's here, and this time is right now. So at the beginning of the year, I launched another platform, which is called Greatness in View. Okay, and I look at Greatness in View as part of my ministry, okay, in life and in the world. And so it is a platform, ladies who are watching, okay, it is a platform for women that is an empowerment platform. It is a platform for us to genuinely come together and support one another, where we can really be who we are and share our common threads, our frustrations and our headaches and our hurts and our pains, and really support one another in the healing process, okay? I think that we do great with having conversations and talking about what's wrong and addressing the issues, but we have to address, how do we get past this? How do I really heal? And particularly as Black women, it surprises me still to this day how many of us are hurting just from so many things. We are just so hurt, from many things in life, because we take a lot in life, and we just kind of bury that and stuff it down, and we keep moving because we are very strong. And so I launched the Greatness in View platform officially on just January 11th. So I have about 15 of us who are doing a 21-day challenge. It's called 21 Days Within. I did post about it on my social media. The registration is closed now, but I just want you all to keep watching. When we are done, we agreed as a group to keep it private for now. So we do have a private Facebook group that we communicate in, and we use as kind of a home base, for us to come together and share. We have a weekly empowerment call. We get on our little Facebook Live in the group every Saturday morning. And turn your volume up. You can't hear me? Is that better? Maybe I just need to talk louder. But things have been really going great in this group, okay? And we decided initially for right now that we were going to keep the group private because we are really digging into some serious issues. And so I want everybody's privacy to be protected. I want the ladies to feel safe in the group. And in the future, it will be opened up when we are done with this initial, beta session of the 21 Days Within. I will open it up publicly. You will be able to hopefully read some of the testimonials from these women who participated in the challenge. And I can tell you right now, I am taken aback and just completely just in awe of the way God has been moving on this platform. I mean, I'm just seeing, change, just things manifesting even for me. So 21 Days Within, so you understand what it is a journey inward to draw outward that vision of who we really are, okay? It is to encourage women to live an authentic life, to love authentically, love authentically, live authentically, okay? Find your real purpose and your destiny. Be happy with yourself, heal your hurts, your pains, and really get to that place of greatness, okay? And so Greatness in View, hashtag give, GIV, you see us throwing it around, me and all of my buddies here on social media. You see us hashtag it a lot. But it is something that God gave me a couple of years ago to bring women together on the for real, okay, and provide a necessary healing spiritually, okay. And so we do share a lot spiritually. We pray together, and I want to say something, to you ladies. If you all don't have friends who you can pray with, particularly in this day and age, and I know everybody has their own belief or what have you, but I think that most people that follow me believe in God, okay? And so if you don't have friends around you that you can pray with, something's wrong with that friendship, okay? You've got to be able to, impart or invoke, the presence of God in your friendships. If you see your friend is going through something, you need to be able to pray with one another. And that is something that I was a little nervous to introduce to the group, but it's been very receptive, and it's helping us, okay? It helps set the tone when we're having a meeting. It's just a really great thing, and I'm super excited to see how things are manifesting already for some of the other women. I told the ladies in the beginning of this that we were going to do this for 20 days and that it was going to get us started on the road to manifestation, okay? Because the practices that we are partaking in of prayer, meditation, journaling, and visualization, they are not just, this is a lifestyle we're learning, okay? It's not just for 21 days so I can see if I can manifest something in 21 days. It is to learn to be consistent with the prayer, the meditation, the visualization, and the journaling, and to learn the power of the spoken word, the power of the written word, and the power of visualization in the mind's eye, okay, and what you really can make happen and make your reality if you are consistent with it. And already things, big things are happening for some of the women in this group. And so I'm just so grateful to God. I'm busy and all over the place and managing several different things at one time. But I'm clear, that the things I'm working on now is what I'm supposed to be doing, because God just keeps confirming in different ways. He will confirm what he's saying in some way, shape, or form. So the confirmation for Greatness in View was the group of ladies that signed up and are actually participating, and stuff is happening, okay? So I'm even surprised. I'm like, wow, you know what I mean? This is a great thing, and so we can't wait to make it greater. And I'm really believing in God for, deliverance, all the things that these ladies are praying for and hoping for in their lives. I believe they're going to get it, okay? And I just cannot wait to share with you all the end result. that was pretty much it for the Glamorous Hustle. I just wanted to, encourage anybody out there who is a business owner, particularly a female business owner, to stand in your power. Okay. And always understand, you need to understand your brand so that you can always understand what is best for your brand, which will position you to make better decisions as you begin to grow and you begin to expand. Okay. You can never be afraid if you are charged with the vision. You can never be afraid to make decisions, even though they might be scary decisions, okay? And you don't really know what the future might hold. If I make this decision or I go this direction, be always prayerful about things, always, okay? First and foremost, you do that without ceasing. But when you are given a direction to act, you need to act, okay? So be encouraged, female entrepreneurs, and even my brothers out there who are, business owners. Be encouraged, stand in your power, okay? And do not be afraid to make the best moves that you need to make for your business. And hey, listen, if you make a wrong decision, just, pick it back up, okay? Because every bad thing or something that we look at as wrong or a mistake we make is actually a learning experience. And so you still get something out of it, all right? And we can't be afraid of those learning experiences. Let's see some of the comments here. I've honestly been so blessed to have a sister circle that has been so phenomenal in my life for over 25 years. That is amazing, Toya, because it's difficult to keep a circle of sisters together for that long period of time. So you are absolutely right. That is really a blessing. And I'm happy for you that you have that, in your life. Let's see here. Hi, Ronnie Reese. How are you? Oh, yeah. Shout out to Mikey Horton and a few other people I went to high school with. I usually attend, myself and my sisters, or one of us will attend the T.C. Williams alumni the induction into their Hall of Fame. I'm sorry, not the alumni. They will they do an awards every year now. And so my sister LaChana Robinson was one of the first inductees, and so we get invited back every year as a family. I was not able to make it this year. It was this past Friday, but I did see some social media posts about some of the people who were honorees. And so congratulations to you all, okay? And if I missed you, I apologize. Please charge it to my head and not my heart, okay? But congratulations to all of the inductees and honorees at the T.C. Williams Hall of Fame induction, okay? Sports Hall of Fame. Hey, Tasha. Hey, sis. Hey, Brandon. Brandon, you can come into the studio whenever you want. Damon Jackson. That's right. How did I forget Damon? Congratulations, Damon. Brandon, at the beginning of the live, I explained that we have some changes to how we are broadcasting. So I will get with you later on that. I'll hit you up on the jack and I will explain to you what's going on. But you're welcome in the studio anytime, family. So that wraps up the Glamorous Hustle. I really didn't have, a main topic for tonight because I don't have a guest. I had a guest that was going to come on and he canceled, and then my backup is out of town. And so I just said, you know what, we're just going to, free fall with the conversation and, roll along with our programming. But I did want to just, encourage you all, a little bit about dreaming big and doing bigger, okay? Because I see, I follow a lot of people on social media. I see, a lot of people who, want to do something. I'm about to do this, I'm about to do that. And I just want to encourage you as well, and I talk a lot about this in the Give group with the ladies, about how, we have these great big dreams and, we want to do this, we want to make it happen. We see the end result and we want it, but we don't take any steps towards it, okay? God's part is always bigger than ours, number one. I just want you to understand that. Like, when he gives you a vision of something and it looks like it's so daunting, and so much you have to do to get there, really, our part in the natural is the easy part, It just is not to us. It's our human nature. We get complaining about things and we don't like anything that challenges our comfort zone. And, we don't like to be wrong. I can go down a list, of things that pretty much, are excuses that keep us from really taking actual physical steps forward to manifest things in our lives that we want. You can have the life you want, okay? I want everybody who's watching to know that right now. You can have what you want. There is always a way around around or through an obstacle. You just have to have the courage, and you have to have the creative mind and be willing to be open and think outside of the box and be willing to just be crazy sometimes and just do it, you know. Sometimes you just got to do it, you know, and you got to jump off that ledge and just see where you land. Pray you land on your feet. And if I don't, can somebody please, you know, grab my crutches for me, you know. As long as you can get back up and dust yourself off, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And so, you know, I just want to spread that energy out to everyone tonight. Dream big, but do bigger, okay? You've got to do the work. You got to do the work. You got to do the work. There's no way around it. If you do not act on that thing that you are dreaming about, and a lot of times we have to get past ourselves. It's ourselves that we hold ourselves back. We get afraid. I don't know what's going to happen. Who am I, you know, to think that I can do this thing? You know, it's way bigger than me. But listen, if God put it on your heart, if you are visualizing it here, then it is for you to act on and do. And if you don't know what to do or what steps to take, you know, look around you and see who might be able to help you. And listen, hit me up in my inbox, okay? I give a lot of advice to people. I do help, you know, small businesses in a lot of different ways. I'm not writing business plans anymore, but I definitely will lend advice because I am an advocate for entrepreneurship. I'm an advocate for people living their dreams, for living the life that they really want, you know, their best life, and living a life that is going to make you happy and sustain, you know, your youth and your joyfulness. We're not created to live such frustrated lives, okay, and such fearful lives. Like New Year, no fear. We have to let that thing go, okay? So that was just a quick little topic. Dream big, do bigger, okay? New Year, no fear. We cannot be afraid to change. It is one of the most difficult, and I shared this with the ladies in the group today, how change is one of the most difficult things for humans to do, okay? We don't like it, but it's not impossible, okay? It's not impossible. So whatever it is, you just got to get serious about it. That's all it is. You got to get with yourself in the mirror. You got to look yourself in the mirror like, look, we got to get this thing done. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, stop talking about it. If you're not going to be about it, don't talk about it. And that's just what it is, okay? All right, so we are coming to my favorite part of the programming for the night, and that is the blacklist, okay? And we got a couple of things to talk about tonight. One of those things, Mr. Kenneth, if you're still watching, sir, is going to be about Monique and the Netflix. But the first thing I want to talk about is, I know in the caption for the video, I put what's going on at NASA. So we want to know what's going on over at NASA because, you know, the sister, let me just pull it up so I make sure I say her name right. Okay, so there was a black woman who was selected to do the next launch to the International Space Station. This is happening in June of this year, okay? Her name is Jeanette Epps. And so a story just broke over the last day about Jeanette Epps being pulled from that launch, okay? And so she's being put, you know, supposedly being put on another launch in the future. Here are some of the facts, okay? She was slated to become the first black crew member to live on board the International Space Station. She was unexpectedly pulled from her June flight. Unexpectedly, okay? Here are some more facts, okay? So she was replaced with somebody, okay? She was replaced with someone. It wasn't like she was just pulled and, you know, her spot is empty. They replaced her with someone else. The person they replaced her with, her name is Serena Onion Chancellor, okay? This woman, she's a Caucasian woman, okay? And I think she might be she's got to be, there has to be some, I'm just looking at her name and assuming that she has some kind of Latino or Hispanic bloodline. But I need to do a little bit more research on Serena. But she was replaced, okay? So we're brokenhearted about that, okay? But that's okay. That's all right, because we got a lot of firsts. This is just the top of the year. We have a lot of firsts, but we need to figure out what's going on over at NASA. Here's what it says. She's going to return to the Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas, where she will be a candidate for future crews. A candidate, okay? NASA did not give an explanation for the crew change, but Epps' brother blamed racism as the space agents. He pulled the race card, okay? And so this is what he posted on his Facebook. This is her brother. This is what he said. He said, my sister, Dr. Jeanette Epps, has been fighting against oppressive racism and misogyny in NASA, and now they are holding her back and allowing a Caucasian astronaut to take her place. Okay, so he wrote that on his Facebook page on Saturday. Now, in an email, Epps, this is Dr. Jeanette Epps, the woman who was pulled, okay, she was slated to be the first black woman to live on the International Space Station. She was pulled. In an email, she said she could not comment on her brother's post or the reason for the crew change, because they don't have a reason. They're not going to give a reason. And clarified that neither she nor anyone in her family created the petition. So apparently there's a petition floating around, and she wanted to clarify that that did not originate from her or anyone in her family, okay? More facts. NASA, likewise, declined to comment about Henry Epps' post, but provided a statement saying, diversity and inclusion are integral to mission success at NASA, and we have a diverse astronaut corps reflective of that approach. But they don't have a reason why they pulled her, okay? So, let's see. It says, last-minute crew changes are not unusual at NASA. Apollo 13 pilot Ken Mattingly was famously pulled from his mission days before launch after being exposed to German measles, okay? In this article that I'm reading, Dr. Jeanette Epps says that she has no medical condition. I repeat, she has no medical condition, okay? So I can understand being pulled for German measles, but I don't understand being pulled for no damn reason at all. And then you're not giving an explanation, okay? So I'm thinking, and you all can find the article that I read on thewashingtonpost.com. The article is there. The title of the article is NASA Pulled This Astronaut from a Space Station Crew. Her brother blames racism, okay? And it was posted yesterday. I'm sorry, it was posted today at 11:49 a.m. So you can go and find that story. If you just Google Dr. Jeanette Epps, EPPS, Jeanette is spelled Jeanette. If you just Google her, I'm sure you will, all of the news articles will come up. But there's a few other interesting things that I wanted to share that I found interesting in the article. Here's some more facts. 14 African-American astronauts have flown in space, and several have visited the space station. In 2008, astronaut Leland Melvin was part of the space shuttle crew that delivered the Columbus Science Laboratory to the space station. But Epps would have been the first to serve on the ISS long term, which means she would have lived there for a long period of time. And this is a quote from her. As a steward, I want to do well with this honor. I want to make sure that young people know that this didn't happen overnight. Okay, here we go with that pushing through thing again, being consistent and staying the course. She said there was a lot of work involved and a lot of commitment and consistency. It is a daunting task to take on. Okay, she pushed through. All right. And then she pushed through only for them to pull her. But we're going to get to the bottom sooner or later of why they pulled her. But I want to hear from you all. Has anybody been following this story about Dr. Jeanette Epps? Does anybody care? First black woman astronaut who was slated to live long term on the International Space Station. Okay. She's not the first black person to travel into space, but the first to live on the ISS for long term. Is anybody following this story? Does anybody have a comment on it? Does anyone have a thought? Why do you think that NASA has no comment? Why is there no explanation as to why they pulled her? Okay. And what's up with the post from her brother, and nobody wants to claim the post? Okay, listen, this is her brother. All right. This is her brother who posted this. So guess what? There probably was a conversation between Jeanette and her brother, you know, and she probably told him the truth about what's going on over there at NASA. Okay. And so that is what prompted him. He said, look, well, if you ain't going to tell the truth, Jeanette, I'm going to do it. Okay. I'm going to speak out for you, because what they're doing, I'm tired of you coming to me complaining about what's going on at work and you ain't speaking out about it. But I have a suspicion, okay, that she was probably pulled because they're probably looking at her as, you know, what they call in the corporate world, they call you like a troublemaker or a whistleblower. You know, when you're not going according to plan and you're going against the grain, you know, when you ain't, you know, shuffling and tap dancing, you know, to the beat of the master's rhythm, to their drum. So, I'm brokenhearted. I'm sure she is brokenhearted. Okay, yeah, that's true. Okay, so let's back up. I just saw a little update. So Serena Onion Chancellor is she's Hispanic. Okay, so they are replacing her with another woman of color, but she's a Hispanic woman, and so we will be following this story here at Honey Boss because I want to know what's going on over there. I've got to dig a little deeper into the research, call a few little sources I have, and see if I can figure out what's going on. And hopefully, they don't feel like they have to explain themselves. But we're gonna dig further into this and figure out what's going on there. Okay. Next up on the blacklist is in the movies, okay? Black Panther and Proud Mary. I am super excited. I have not seen the movies yet. I have not had time, but they are, well, wait a minute. Black Panther, hang on for one quick sec. Let me just make sure I got my facts right. The trailers just look amazing. I mean, just amazing. Like, I can't wait to go see them. And I have a friend who I won't name. Okay, and I still love her dearly in the name of Jesus. Okay, so Black Panther, I don't think it's not out yet. Yeah, it comes out in the future. That's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure I say that right. But Black Panther is coming. Okay, there is a whole movement now with some celebrities online. It's called the hashtag Black Panther Challenge. Okay, it's a Black Panther Challenge. So this challenge started where I think in Austin, Texas, I think is where it originated. They wanted to make sure that, you know, the children in the schools there were able to go see the movie. Okay, and so they started like a GoFundMe for people to send money so they could buy them a bunch of tickets in advance so they could get these kids, you know, out to see the movie and make sure that they get to see, you know, Black Marvel comics and this Black Panther movie. I just think the way they are doing this is so amazing. I cannot wait to go see it. And I want to encourage you all to go see it in the theaters. Okay, and here's the reason why. And same thing. And I also want you all, I want to encourage you all to, you know, participate, maybe, you know, think about kids in your own neighborhood, you know, at a school or, you know, who you know might want to go. I know a couple of you on here, Dawu, you work with young people. Maybe you can make it a trip to the movies for you and the young men that you work with. If you work with any youth in your church or, you know, in the schools, I encourage you to do the same thing. Accept the Black Panther Challenge and buy some tickets. So I definitely will be buying a few tickets for a few young people in my life and, you know, my nephews and a few other people, some of my niecey poos, and I'm looking forward to taking them all to the movies to see it. Proud Mary is in theaters. Actually, it opened over the weekend. Okay, go to the movies to see it, and here's why I want you to go to the movies and see it. And I had to explain this to a very dear friend of mine who I love very dearly. However, but this friend obtained. Hey, come here. Come here. Come see mommy. Come see mommy. It's okay. Calm down. Just calm down. You're so nervous. Just calm down. I know. So a friend of mine got the point. All right, hold on, family. Let me let her out. Come on. Shh, 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 shh. Go on out of here. Go, go, go. Such a little noise maker. Sorry, fam. So a friend of mine got the Proud Mary movie on bootleg. Okay. So anybody who knows me knows I am not an advocate for bootleg. Like, it pisses me off. You can bootleg any other movie all you want to, but don't bootleg no Black movies with Black actors, okay, and producers and things. The reason why is because the more, hey Tiffany, hey sis, shalom, the more tickets that are purchased in the box offices, okay, the more ratings and good ratings that these movies get, the more kudos that our fellow Black actors and actresses and producers and filmmakers and film directors, they get the accolade, okay? We are cheating one another by buying the bootleg version of the movie, okay? If you don't like going to the movies, then wait for it to come out on the damn DVD and buy the DVD, okay? But we are doing ourselves a disservice by bootlegging. You know, we worked hard to be in the movies and be on television and have, you know, viable roles that meant something, roles that didn't just portray us as, you know, the prostitute or the slave or, you know, what have you. Don't laugh at me, Tiffany. You listen. Back on up, back up and watch and listen to what I said before that, sis. But we want the ratings in the box offices, okay? This is how they get awards at the the Golden Globe Awards. All of that stuff is determined, based on how many people went to go see this movie in the box office, okay? So listen, we talk all the time about how we have to support one another. We even have to support one another on that level. I don't care that Taraji Henson is a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? I don't care that she's a millionaire. I'm going to be a millionaire one day. Mark the day that I told you this, okay? I'm going to be a multi-millionaire, okay? I'm going to be a billionaire. So mark the day that I told you this right now on this live. It doesn't matter to me that she has a ton of money in her pocket. I know that that's the profession that she chose, okay? And so if me going to the movies and paying for my ticket is, going to put more money in her pocket, so be it. But it also is, paving a way for more Black artists and actresses and people who want to come behind and get viable roles that mean something in television, okay? We want to see more of us on the TV screens and the television screens, because that encourages our children. When they see images of people that look like them, they begin to dream bigger, okay? And when they get older, they'll do bigger because they believe they can attain it for themselves. So go see those movies in the movie theater, in the box offices. Take the Black Panther Challenge, buy a ticket for a kid in school, okay, in your neighborhood, somebody who might want to go see it and won't be able to afford to, and buy those tickets in advance. Sell them out. Sell them out in advance, okay? Buy them online. I believe you can get tickets online now. And look up some of these celebrities. Let me see. Let me just give you some names of a few people, who have chipped in and are taking a part of the Black Panther Challenge. Let's see here. Viola Davis. We love her, don't we? We love her. Okay, I love her. Let's see who else. Who's this? I think that's one of the young men who started the challenge, Chadwick Boseman. Let's see, who else is here? There's a few. There was somebody else. Anyway, I don't want to start rambling and get away from it, but there's a great article about it on the Grapevine. So you can go look it up and watch it. And I think you can get to that through, it's also on theroot.com. That article about the Black Panther Challenge, how it's taken the internet by storm and how celebrities are chipping in to make sure young Black children can go see this movie. Because listen, I loved Marvel Comics. Like growing up, all the superheroes, Superman, everybody, that was a shit to me. Like I loved watching it, Batman, all of that kind of stuff. I love all that fantastical, whimsical kind of thing. And it's just amazing that this movie is being put out and produced, and just in the way they are directing it, the way they're doing it. Like this is just, it's some 3008 type of stuff, okay? So hit that up, okay? Hit up those movies in the theaters. Do not bootleg the films, okay? I don't care if old Joe Charlie down the street, with the hobbly knees and the bottle of Canadian Mist in his left hand is begging you for the $5 for the movie so he can get something to eat. No. Just give them $5 and tell them to throw that shit in the trash, okay? Go to the movies and support our Black actors, actresses, producers, and whatnot. Next up on the blacklist is an article I came across on the internet about CNN and TBS, okay? Now, I've always had my personal feelings about the CNN news platform. I think they're going to be top of the list on Trump's fake news awards. I actually was watching CNN one time, right? Let me just give you a little bit of, yes, they are, Dwayne. They are all, superheroes are based on Black characters from Africa. So CNN and TBS. So let me tell you all a true story, okay? I was watching CNN one day, and you know how they have the news that scrolls on the little bar at the bottom of the TV? So I'm watching CNN, I don't even remember what was on. I'm watching it, right? And my eyes just so happened to draw to this little scroll bar at the bottom. You got to read fast. You know what I mean? So listen, honey, thank God for the DVR, because I had to back that thing up. This, listen, who has DVR out there? By show of likes and hearts, like, who has DVR? It is the best thing ever, because sometimes you got to back that thing up when you see certain things or hear things on TV. You got to roll it back like, did I just hear that? Did I just see that? So anyway, I'm watching CNN, right? And I see on the bottom of the TV, it scrolls, and it's basically saying that, the world is about to end. Like, all this chemical warfare is about to break out, and I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are they talking about? So I had to back it up, you know what I'm saying? Pause it, watch it. I actually also saw somebody post on YouTube, a video, because there are some people who really get deep into this, with the Illuminati and shadow government and fake news, shadow government and false flag events is what they call them. Okay. And so what I think is that CNN was, they were getting ready to, or maybe being instructed to, put news out on another false flag event. Okay. Sandy Hook was a false flag event. All right. Do your research. And so I think that it slipped into their little programming and it wasn't supposed to. So I'm not surprised that CNN and TBS have landed on the blacklist this week. And they landed on the blacklist this week because there are claims that, hold on, where's my research? Here we go, right here. They landed themselves on the Honey Boss blacklist this week because there are claims that black employees at TBS and CNN work 3 times as long for promotions. We're not surprised. Anyway, let's dig a little deeper into this, okay? Let's see here. This article is on blackamericaweb.com. You can go look it up, okay? There are a couple of other articles out there about it, but I like this one in particular. And so what it says is, black employees were made to work 3 times as long. This is a report, okay, from an employee. They are facing, the companies both are reportedly facing another racial discrimination lawsuit, okay? They just terrible. CNN is washed. They're done. Hi, Cornel. How are you, brother? Good to see you on here. Hey, sis. Hey, Vonetta. So this is what they are saying here. An ex-employee said black employees were made to work 3 times as long as whites for promotions at CNN and TBS. A former employee explained in detail to TMZ. As much as we would like for TMZ to be fake news, they be reporting a lot of the real deal, okay? They gives the tea. So anyway, the ex-employee, identified by the news outlet as Wanda Bird, has filed a racial discrimination lawsuit against both networks and parent company Turner Broadcasting System, according to the report. Blacks and whites were paid dramatically different salaries, Bird said. To make matters worse, they were often segregated, pigeonholed into less powerful and non-revenue generating divisions, she added. African Americans were allegedly promoted at a lower rate than Caucasians, with no people of color being named as a senior VP or a higher title. Legal documents obtained by the outlet revealed, okay? We're not surprised, okay, that there is a glass ceiling. We're not surprised that there's an issue of equal work for equal pay, and we're not surprised that there are issues with racism over at CNN, okay? They have been in the news a lot, particularly over the last year or two, with a lot of things. I personally don't watch CNN. I used to, okay, until I saw that little fake world is about to end thing scroll accidentally on the TV. Then I knew what they were about. But I don't watch them anymore. I'll look at MSNBC. I try to do more reading than watching. But they have landed themselves on the Honey Boss Radio blacklist because, listen, we're going to need you to treat our people right. And that's just the period and point blank. See, here's the thing. This is why we have to support more black media, okay? Because, people can say what they want and they can think what they want because sometimes, division is good. Sometimes, this is ours and that's yours. It's not a bad thing. And it doesn't mean you're a racist. It just means we understand us better and you all understand you better. So you have your ways of presenting news and information to your people. And we have our ways of presenting news and information to our people, particularly news and information that's important to our people. Because it's going to get, it's going to get reported properly, okay, and accurately and fairly. And that's all we ask for, is just a little bit of fairness, okay, and some justice here, all right? So we are not surprised that CNN is in the hot seat again, and I really hope they get dealt with, and that's just the bottom line. because it's not fair, you know, and there's a lot of this that you see happening. I have worked for companies in the real estate industry where it has happened to me. I reached the glass ceiling. I, you know, would not be promoted. I could not be promoted, you know, because I'm a woman and I'm black, and that's the way it is, unfortunately. So I do believe, though, a lot of the millennials coming up behind us are going to change the game. I don't think a lot of the millennials coming up behind us, they don't see color. They I don't think they see color. I don't think they process the same way we do. And I don't think some of the things that we make, you know, big issues out of, I don't think are that big of a deal to them. They want to be visionaries. They want to innovate. They want to work from home. They're not office workers, you know, 9-to-5 types. They're creatives, okay? And they are all about change. And so I just think that's why it's important to continue to empower the generations coming up behind us and underneath of us, because they're going to carry the future for us, and they're going to make it great. And we might not see that justice and, you know, that full justice and equality in our lifetime, but I definitely believe it's coming. Last on the blacklist is Monique and Netflix. Someone asked me earlier on the comments what was my take on it. So I had to do a little bit of research, because you all know I'll be ready to jump on a good old boycott, honey. I loves me a good old boycott. I will shut it down, okay? And I will encourage you all to shut it down as well, also, if I feel there is a need to do so. I have no problems with it. And we should boycott. You understand? You know why? Because it hits them in the financial pocket, okay? You can really make some people change their mind about things when you start messing up their money, ergo the blackout with the NFL, okay? So as soon as them pockets started hurting, you know what I'm saying, joints was getting a little bunny ears, you know what I mean? All of a sudden you saw coaches and owners, you know, joining in with the well, they weren't taking a knee, which I feel like was just a form of degradation to the whole Kaepernick movement. But anyway, they were locking arms or whatever the BS was that they were doing. But, you know, they had to show some kind of, you know, support, I guess, because they wanted people to come back and spend their money. Their billions. There's a $1 billion industry, okay? Listen, Super Bowl's getting ready to come up. Look, 1 year for the Super Bowl, one retailer spent $900 million on one ad, on a commercial ad. When I pause like that, like this is like I'm saying things to you, you know, that are of significance, okay? So just so you can get an idea of, if you don't already, all that money. Hey, Kendall. Hey, Noopy. That's my nephew, everybody. He's tuning in. He said, hey, Auntie Vashti. Hi, sweetheart. How are you tonight? I'm so glad you're watching your auntie. I miss you so much and love you. How are you? He is the younger generation that I'm talking about that is coming up behind us. And he is one of the young people that I will be treating to see that movie, Black Panthers. So get your little brother and everybody ready, Kendall, because we are going to go see the movie. And thank you for watching, baby. And what time is it anyway? It's 9:15. You got school tomorrow? You know how I'm about you getting your rest. That thing will sit up all night long if you let him, okay? Playing games and whatnot on his phone. Okay, baby. Make sure you get some rest for school tonight. Okay, so last up on the list is Monique and the Netflix issue. So, of course, I did some research. And... So I'm just going to give you all, you know, a little bit of overview for those of you all who have not been following. Okay, so actress, comedian Monique is calling for fans to boycott Netflix, claiming the streaming service lowballed her. Monique said that she wants fans to stand with her against Netflix for gender bias and color bias. Monique said in an Instagram video that Netflix offered her $500,000 for a comedy special on Netflix, okay? However, they offered Amy Schumer $11 million, okay? $11 million. She got offered $500,000. Amy Schumer got offered $11 million for her comedy special on Netflix. And Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock were offered $20 million for their comedy specials on Netflix. So gender bias and color bias, okay? She's saying that because she's black and because she's a woman, she was offered significantly less. Now, y'all knows I love a good boycott, okay? And I will jump up on it, but I did a little bit of research. Okay, so here's what she said. So first of all, Amy Schumer tweeted and said, I don't believe I deserve equal pay to Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle. Okay? So that's her saying, okay? That is her saying, I am not anywhere. I don't consider myself to be anywhere. I think it was a very humble statement. I don't feel myself to be anywhere near the level of, you know, comedian as Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle. And so I'm not mad about what I'm getting paid, because I don't think I should be getting paid $20 million because I'm not on their status, Monique. Okay, so listen, here's how I did my research. I backed into this thing. I was like, okay, well, the first thing I'm going to do is let me go see how many people are following her. Okay, so here's the numbers. Y'all ready for the facts? Because we like the facts. And you all can make your own decision about it, after this. Okay, good, baby. Go on to bed. You need to get some rest. It's almost 10 o'clock, okay? You need to be refreshed for school tomorrow. Monique on Twitter, okay? Her official Twitter page, okay? This is Mo, M-O, apostrophe, capital N-I-Q-U-E, Monique, all right? And I love you. I love her. I love Monique, all right? But here's the facts. Monique has 150,000 Twitter followers. 150,000 Twitter followers, okay? She has 210,000 followers on Instagram. Amy Schumer has 4.7 million Twitter followers, okay? And 6.3 million followers on Instagram, okay? Chris Rock has 5.3 million Twitter followers. Dave Chappelle has 556,000 Twitter followers, okay? So let's back up again. Monique has 150,000 followers on Twitter. Amy Schumer has 4.7 million. Chris Rock, 5.3 million, okay? Here's the other thing. Amy Shoemaker's like that. She's the it girl now, with comedy. She's one of the new it girls with comedy, okay? So, people are feeling her, all right? She's the shit right now. And so when you are the shit, you get top dollar, all right? I think that, I was talking to Dougie earlier about this. We were, what's the word I want to use? We were speculating basically, about, how this is all coming into play, and that perhaps, Monique may feel as though she should, make more money off of her Netflix special because she is an Oscar winner, okay? She won an Oscar, she got her little Golden Globe, and that's great, but she won an Oscar for her acting role in the movie Precious, not for her comedy, okay? I have not seen, and please feel free to correct me, post something on here if you love to, email it to me, however you have to inform me. But I haven't seen anything extremely funny from Monique in a long ass time, okay? Like, it's been a long time since I've watched one of her stand-up comedies or anything. She was the it girl for her time. She was, the shizniz for her time, and I just don't think she is the shizniz in comedy anymore, okay? When you have 150,000 followers, okay, compared to somebody who has 4.7 million, 5 million followers, obviously, you just not the ish no more. You know what I'm saying? In comedy. And I just cannot jump on the boycott Netflix bandwagon. I'm sorry. I don't think it was a decision that was made. Now, the gender bias thing, maybe. Because when we look at Amy Schumer, and her $11 million in comparison to Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle's $20 million offer, there is a huge gap there, okay? And Amy Schumer is funny as shit. Have any of you watched her? She's funny, okay? Remember the, what was that, the Old Navy commercial? Was that the Old Navy commercial she was on? And she did the change in the clothes. She changed her jeans right there. She was like, oh, it's okay. They know me. They know me. Like, from that moment, I was in love with her. She's completely hilarious. All right. She's actually funny. So I think that's the other thing. It's like, you've got to keep yourself relevant. You know what I mean? And I haven't seen Monique do a lot in comedy lately at all. So I just, some people just get to a certain place and they feel like, they're like Michael Jackson or like Prince or like Patti LaBelle, where you should just be a legend. And I'm sorry, Monique, I just don't think that, I don't think that this is a racial thing. I don't think we can pull the race card here. I think that you're just not funny anymore, or you haven't done anything recently that makes you relevant and still funny. Okay. Amy is the it girl now. She's the new thing in town, and she's probably going to be here to stay for a while, and so she probably deserved, what she was offered. And Chris Rock is like legendary, okay? Yeah, would you say Almost Christmas? Whose last movie was that, Tasha? Amy's or Monique's? And was that a movie or was that a comedy, a stand-up comedy? Because what they're offering her on Netflix is for a comedy special, not for a movie. Okay, so they're Tiffany is Monique's last movie. Okay. So was it a comedy, stand-up comedy, or was it a whatchamacallit, you know, an actual movie where she was an actress in the movie? It's a movie, yeah. So, you know, listen, I can't get on board with it. I can't get on board with the boycott Netflix. She's going to have to pull more evidence and proof out of the bag for me before I jump on the Netflix boycott. I don't think it has anything to do with race. I think it's that she's just not relevant in the comedy arena anymore. And your comedy show is, you know, it's not worth $11 million. Who's going to watch it? You have 150,000 Twitter followers compared to Amy's 4.7 million and Chris Rock's 5.3. Who's watching it? That's what Netflix is thinking. Okay, if we give you $11 million, like, how many people are really going to watch this thing? You know what I'm saying? Like, are people going to flock? You know, to me, she's kind of, you know, she's had her heyday and her heyday is over. And it happens that way for everybody, you know. Lil' Kim, she had her heyday. It's over. You know what I'm saying? That's it. It doesn't make a difference. You know, she would have to come out, you know, really blazing strong, you know what I mean, to be relevant again. She had her time and that time is gone. And I think, you know, that's for anybody. Oh, that's what I forgot to talk about during the Glamorous Hustle. And so here comes that word or that term again about it being somebody's time. And so I was talking to someone about, you know, what that really means to me about it's my time. You hear people say it all the time. Oh, it's my time. It's my season. You know, they throw it out there in church, size you all up, you know, to get you inspired to, you know, be motivated and act in your life. The facts are you're not going to act. You're not going to move. You're not going to be motivated until you understand what it is you're supposed to be doing. Okay. That's number one. All right. And so when you understand what it is you're supposed to be really doing, you know what I mean? Not copying somebody else's life, but what you should be doing. Once you have that understanding, okay, and you get on your way, this is what I discovered about, this is how I know that this is my time. Because I can look back over the last 10 years and, I can see, like I spoke earlier about how I can see the growth. I'm sorry, you all keep the comments coming. I can't read them right now while I'm talking, but I will go back over them before we get off. We'll be getting off in about, 15, 20 minutes. But to me, when it's your time, what it means to me is that you are in a place in your life where you have come into your own, okay? I don't care if you are 15 or you're 50, okay? You have come into a place in your life, or a time in your life rather, where you have come into your own. You are clear on who you are. You are clear on what it is you're supposed to be doing. You're happy about it, okay? And you are making the necessary moves. It is about a transformation of self, okay? The Bible, there's a scripture in the Bible that says old things have passed away and behold, all things have become new. Okay, that is what it means when it's your time. It means that the old has stripped away and you are now operating, in a new life, and everything around you is new and how you move is new. Your thinking is new. Okay, there's another scripture that says, be ye not conformed to the ways of this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Okay, transform. Let's key in on that. Transformed by the renewing of your mind. Okay, when you can see that you have a new mindset, which is causing you to behave differently, speak differently, act differently, move differently, then you know it's your time. You have come into full maturation. You are clear on who you are. You are ready to go out and blaze the trail and share it with the world unabashedly, and you have that clarity. Okay, and that's what's important. And so that's how I know that this is my time. Because I am doing these things that you see me doing without fear. Like, it's going down. I don't care what's happening at a studio. Oh, this didn't work out. Okay, we got to shut that down. But guess what? We're going to be here every Monday night. Okay. And now from 8 to 10 p.m. By the way, for those of you all who aren't watching, we have a new time every Monday night, 8 to 10. Okay. And I love it because it was sometimes a hustle bustle to get to the 6 p.m. broadcast. So now, I can be a little more relaxed about this, but, when it is your time, that means you have come into full maturity. Okay, I don't care if you're 40 years old. I'll be 42 at the end of next month, and it took me until now, until about 40 years old, to really, I knew some things about what I was sent here to do and what I should be doing in my lifetime, but there were still some things that were a mystery to me. And so now all the pieces to the puzzle are starting to come together. When all the pieces of you start to gather, they just magnetically gather. Okay, you can have this over here, that over there, this over here, that over here. That stuff will just start to naturally draw into a puzzle. The pieces will fit together perfectly and form a picture for you. Okay, and form your life, which is the movie, your new direction. And so that's how you know it's your time. Okay, when you are operating in your time, things just naturally happen for you. You don't have to work hard. See, and that's why I always say, we think about it as hard work, but really when you think about what God's role is in a lot of things, he has the hard part. He got to work the miracles. You know what I'm saying? He's the one behind the scenes, making all these things happen for us, opening doors that we couldn't open on our own. People who weren't looking at us before are now noticing what we're doing. That is the miracle work. And the miracle work is always the most difficult thing, because we can't perform miracles. We can be the vessel to bring a miracle. Okay. But, well, let me back that up. You got to give the truth in doses. So we'll revisit that another day about human beings being able to perform miracles. We'll come back to that another day. But hi, Sandy. Hi, Hugh. Thanks for watching, family. So that's the end of it. What are you all saying? I want to hear from you all about Monique. I want to hear what you all think about the Monique and the Netflix. Put your comments up. Show me by you can hit the the angry button or the sad face button if you think, the whole thing is wax sauce. You can hit the heart button if you think that she's got some valid points. How are you all feeling about the Monique and the Netflix? My position is it's bullshit. Excuse me. Shit. Oh, so Zakanya, so you think she has some validity in her wanting to boycott Netflix? I'm going to wait for you to put your answer up, sis. I know there's a little bit of a delay. There's a little latency. So I'll wait. Anybody else want to weigh in? Kenneth, you asked me earlier. I think that was you, Kenneth, Mr. Baylor, who asked me about my take on Monique. What's your take, brother? What's your take on the Monique Netflix situation? I just gave you my take on it with her 150,000 followers. Nobody? Crickets? Nobody has anything to say? All right, well, I'm going to roll back through here and look at some of the old comments. Let's see, before we get off and shout some people out. So, hey, Sandy Artist from AVA. Hey, brother. Tiffany's on here. She just wanted to get a rise out of people. Yeah, she did. She wanted to make herself relevant again, okay? I wonder how many followers she had before she went public with this. Dang, that would have been a good thing to know. Because I wonder if she was at 100,000 until she did this whole thing. We all as a people can't always ride with people's personal issues. Yeah, you're right. I don't think the boycott is going to work. I don't think it is either, Toya. It's just not. It's not based on anything. To me, it's not really based on anything. She has to prove. She's got to prove it. I think, yeah, exactly, J. Kanye. I think she's out of style. Do you love out of style? You ain't the style no more, Monique. You like Bobos, girl, okay? I don't think that, yeah, maybe Tiffany. I don't think so though, sis. I think that Monique has she been in that and out of that, but that's a truth and doses conversation for another day. I don't think that's why they lowballed her. I think that she was lowballed because she's just not relevant anymore. There's $500,000 in comparison to $11 million, that's beyond a lowball. That's a slap in the face. Okay. First of all, when you look at the comparison in the numbers and what she was offered, and when you look at her number of followers against some of these other because she claimed gender and race, okay? So she listed Chris Rock. She was offered less than Chris Rock, you know what I'm saying? But look, Chris Rock got 5 million people rocking with him. You got 150,000. You can do that math. She is not funny no more. Amy Schumer is the new it girl in comedy. Okay, that's just what it is. Chris Rock is a comedic legend, as is Dave Chappelle. And Dave Chappelle doesn't even really have, I thought his following would be in the millions, but Dave Chappelle is one of those who did not conform, okay? And so, but he was funny. So people still love him because he was actually funny. And so that's why I think he has, the greater influence and following than, still she even does now today. So, yeah, her talk show, I wonder what happened with it. I think it was a ratings thing with her talk show. Same thing. She lost you with Precious Greg. I know, isn't it funny because that, these are real people and, they're just playing acting roles. But I was mad at her for like a year after that movie, It had to be difficult to play the role that she played in that movie. But, it is just acting. And I'm sure that, but why did she lose you after that? I'm curious, Mr. Moore. Why did she lose you after the movie Precious? Did you feel like, sometimes when people cross lines in their branding, when you come out as a comedian and you try to cross the line as an artist or as an actress, sometimes it doesn't work for you. And people will prefer to just see you in that role as a comedian and they can't take you seriously as an actor or an actress. Same thing with some people who are actors and actresses and then want to be an artist, a music artist, or, so forth. Let's see. Okay, without the social media, is she on? Uh-oh. Okay, that we're back in now. She's not on that level. She absolutely is not on that level. And I just think the boycott is an attempt. She's mad. Her feelings are hurt. Excuse me, her ego's hurt. Okay, and so that's why I think she's doing what she's doing. And I'm sorry, Monique. I love you, sis. You were funny for your time. But I think that your time has passed. I have not seen her do a stand-up show in I don't know how long. So maybe she needs to come back out with something and blow Miss Amy Schumer out of the water. And then maybe she'll get more money from Netflix. All right, so I am going to roll back here and take a look at some of the comments. Shout some people out before we get ready to roll out for the evening. Let's see here. Yes, Yah pulls all the strings. Yes, he does. She want to get a rise. Yes, Monique did want to get a rise. Thank you, sister. Thank you, Tiff. Thank you, sis. Who doesn't like raunchy female comedy? You don't like raunchy female comedy, Mr. Moore? Is that what you were saying? Hey, Pastor Dunbar Rawlings. Hi, sister. How are you? Thank you for watching tonight. Let's see. Jairus Place. Shekinah. Jairus Place, you might want to join the Black Panther Challenge and get some tickets for the young women who participate, in that group and take them to the movies. So I kind of, pull some people out, call some people out, and just encouraging people to accept that challenge that is kind of going viral now and get these young people in to see that movie, okay? Before they start trying to pull BS at the box offices. Hey, Auntie Kelly. Let's see. Dwayne Hall says pro-black is all fine and good, but we have become a moral-less body of individuals, and the shock of the hour is on the horizon. That is a deep statement, brother. It is a deep statement, and it probably is. We've been hanging in the balance on, this whole apocalypse and things like that for a very long time. The unfortunate thing is nobody knows the time or the hour, and hopefully God will save us before we get to that point. But I feel you, brother, what you're saying. We do make, big deals out of things that when we are faced with something that affects humanity as a whole, then we kind of we come together and we understand that we are all alike in more ways. There's a lot bigger things that we probably should be focusing on, particularly with some of these other nations whose military, is building stronger than ours. Ours has been weakened with all these BS wars that we've been in over the last 10, 15 years. And some of these other militaries from countries like China and Russia are getting the gain on us, technology-wise, manpower-wise. And we would like to think that we are a superpower and we cannot be impacted on the defense plane. But I'm not so sure that's true anymore. Let's see some of these comments here. Right. Mr. Baylor, I see all your comments about Monique. I agree. I think you're absolutely right, sir. She's just not relevant anymore. And, you know, unfortunately, she's going to have to take a couple seats on this boycott thing. Okay. Because I'm going to tell you something else I love, honey. I loves me, a good old mystery series. They got these mystery series on Netflix, honey, that are foreign made, okay? They're foreign TV shows, like from the UK and different places in Europe. Those shows are good. I love me a good thriller or good solve the murder mystery. Love it, okay? So, sorry, Momo. We're going to pass on that. All right, let's see what's going on here before we get off. What time is it? Yeah, we're rolling right on towards 10 o'clock. I said hi to Vonetta. I am Silly J. Kanye. You know that. Rashid wants to know what I'm drinking. I am drinking. This is what I call a concoctail, okay? Because I did concoct it. No, it's a little bit of Hennessy VSOP with a splash of ginger ale. And then I like to take, I know my glass looks a little foggy, so it's like, what is that? But it's a little Hennessy VSOP, splash of ginger ale, and then I like to take my essential oils, my lime essential oil by doTERRA and my lemon essential oil by doTERRA, and I like to put those in. And I actually, tonight, I tried something a little different, and I took a drop of my ginger essential oil and put just one drop in because it's very strong, and I swished it all around, and I got me a nice little, you know, thing going on here. And it's good. So, let's see. And good to see you on here, Rashid. I'm so glad you're watching, family. Let's see here. Yep, all the new superhero characters are based on characters from Africa. That was Dwayne Wayne talking about the Black Panthers movie. Let's see here. Proud Mary is super dumb. Well, we bet it is, Tiffany. Okay. Vonetta Jordan said, just being in the Black History Museum last week was amazing. Seeing some of the exhibits blew my mind. It did the same thing for me, Vonetta. It had the same effect on me when I visited last year for my birthday. I was supposed to go. I had tickets for the grand opening when they first opened in September of 2016, but unfortunately I got sick and found myself in the hospital, and so I wasn't able to use my tickets. But I did get to go on my birthday, and it was a great experience. It definitely was. And if you are out there and you have not had a chance to visit, particularly if you don't live in the DC area, it is well worth the trip here to see. And if you just have to come in town for business or visiting family, it definitely should be on your to-do list to visit that museum. Let's see what else is going on here. Yeah, February for Black Panther, Dougie. I looked it up. I was getting a little ahead of myself. Let's see here. Any other comments? I think I already went back over all of these comments. Yeah, I went back over everything. All right, so we're getting back into the old ones. So, that is about the end of our show for tonight, family. I'm just going to recap really quickly because I want to make sure that you all are following Honey Boss Radio. I know that you see me here on the live. I do a couple of things. Hey, Wink. Hi, Tori. Hey, sis. Thank you, Shauna. Thank you so much, Shauna. Hi, Andrew. So I just want to recap really quickly because I know you see me doing a couple of different things on the live. And so, for those of you who were not watching in the beginning, okay, Honey Boss Radio is no longer on the Rise95.com platform. We have gone completely independent. And so we are working out some things for our broadcast. In the meantime, we're going to be here on Facebook Live. Once we get everything set up with the YouTube channel, we will be broadcasting, and actually you can do a live stream from YouTube. So we will be going live from the YouTube channel, the Honey Boss Radio YouTube channel, in just a few weeks here. Once we just got to get a few more things together. We will be working the music back into the platform, okay? So I want you all to stay tuned for that. And we have a new time. So we are no longer going to air 6 to 8 p.m. on Monday nights. We will air 8 to 10 p.m. on Monday nights. And I'm glad you said that, Tori. Tori asked us what days and time. So Monday, 8 to 10, okay, for Honey Boss Radio. But guess what the greatest thing is about going independent? We can go up whenever we want to, okay? You know, I now am in full control of our broadcast time, and we're not on, you know, under another studio's platform. And again, I just want to reiterate, no bad things to say at all about, Rise 95. It is just a decision that I had to make, that I think is the best decision for the brand, to just have total control and ownership over the output of the product, okay? And so that is why we made the decision to step away. They are great people over there. They still have some great programming, so, you know, continue to follow them. But also continue to follow Honey Boss, okay? And please like our Facebook page at Honey Boss Radio. And please follow us on Instagram. If you are on IG, please go and follow us. I am asking for people to follow, because the more people follow, the more we can share this great platform with everybody and make it great. So, you know, everybody wants to go up and blow up, and it takes all of us to help each other do that. So, hi, Tanya Fortune. Thank you for watching, sis. Hi, Tasha. We are coming to the end of our show tonight, but thank you, ladies, for tuning in really quickly. So that is the end of the show for tonight. Thank you for joining me in the Hive. I love you all. As always, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more great things that are coming. Keep that greatness in view. And I love you all. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. And we will be right back with you in the Hive next Monday, which is, what, January 31st? Listen, I can't believe we are already at the end of the first month of the year. We are... I think it's just me. Maybe it's the age thing. As you get older, the time just starts to go like really, really fast. But we are almost... a full 31 days into the new year. So before we blink an eye, it's going to be December. Okay. But hopefully by the time December comes, we have all manifested the things that we want to see manifest in our lives for the year 2018, and just sets us on our path, you know, to greatness and beyond, moving forward. But I love you all as always. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.